Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Derrick Caldwell.
And I'm Tiffany.
And this is Retired Texas Style. So, Tiffany, we got a lot of feedback last time, our first podcast show.
I think it went pretty great. We got quite a bit of feedback, and one of the topics was budgeting.
Okay, yeah. I think people wanted more detail on that, right?
They wanted you to deep dive into budgeting, and there was more questions to that than I thought we were going to get, so that was nice.
Yeah. So what do you think of when you hear me talk about like budgeting with clients or whatever?
It's hard to tell somebody else what to do, so I don't know how you do it. You do a good job at it, but I couldn't give that advice of like, this is what you should do.
Well, there's always like what you should do and what you will do most of the time, right? So it's always about putting a plan in place, honestly, and just sticking to it, right?
Yeah.
There's so many things that we do in life that, I mean, like most people are really good at paying bills, right?
Yeah.
So are all your bills like auto deducted and everything?
Yes, pretty much. I like it that way where I don't have to worry about it, because a missed one is always scary of like what happened.
Yeah. And I know my wife's bills are the same way. And quite frankly, I don't have any idea what they are or anything. So until we go through, and I'll kind of talk more about it because we go through our statements too, generally every quarter or so. And yeah, I mean, I advise everybody to do that, because how long have you paid for Netflix or something and you're not even watching it?
So, unbeknownst to me, I had 2 Netflix logins with 2 different emails because I forgot one login, but the payment still kept going and I had no idea. Man. So I created a new one and had 2 Netflix coming out. That was difficult.
So waste of money there, a little bit there. But I mean, it's actually, that's why we do it. It's just surprising what you see, you know, when you go through it. Yeah. And quite frankly, it's one of those things. So when we do retirement planning and everything, one of the questions I'll ask you when you come in is like, what are your expenses, right? And so, yeah, it's always deer in the headlights. Look, I mean, 9 times out of 10, because once again, we're really good at bills.
Yeah, that's expenses.
Yeah, but your expenses are the trip to Starbucks too, right?
Yeah,
and people are very surprised a lot of times. We've seen people spend thousands of dollars a month eating out. You know, going to lunch with their friends, coworkers, things like that. Then at dinner, they go eat out. Our culture is really driven, like, especially, you know, we've talked about it with relationships we have with people, you know, friends. What do you do?
Go to dinner, chat. Like, if a new topic comes up, we have to talk about something. Let's go have dinner. Let's talk about it.
Let's chat about it, right? Let's meet for happy hour or whatever, right?
Exactly.
So that's a lot of the things that I see when I'm going through retirement planning and everything is people don't know what their expenses are. So that's the first thing I would tell you too, is figure out what you're spending and why you're spending it, right? If you're going through your statement and you see things like Netflix and everything, get rid of it. You know, that's kind of trimming just the easy fat to get rid of in your budget and everything. And for me, budgeting is just putting your money where your mouth is, kind of thing. Like
at the restaurant?
Well, so say if you want to retire, right? And you want to set a retirement up, you're just allocating your money to get you on that path to retirement, right?
Very
if
true.
you want to buy a new car, right? Allocate your money in a way where you can save for the down payment for the car or whatever it is. We're really good at living in the now and like, oh, I want a new car. And it's like, let me get it right now. And I've seen people take on financing that they shouldn't take on and everything because they want it right now.
Yes, we have a very hard time waiting.
Oh, absolutely.
Patience is so difficult when you want something to buy and it's right there and they're dangling financing in front of you. So much easier to say, I can have it today. I don't care what the interest rate is. I want it now.
I know, and it's like killer. And we're so good at paying banks, guys. The banks are making a killing off of us and everything. And but you know, you mentioned the iPhone was an 18 Pro.
Yeah, in September it comes out.
Yeah, so guys, this is a $2,000 phone, and I don't know what phone I have. Honestly, it's iPhone 13.
He had the iPhone with a button still.
Hey, what is wrong with that?
I missed the button, honestly, but I saw yours and I was like, why do you have a button still? See, the culture we live in, it was shame. I like gave you shame about it to buy a new phone.
I know. I'm like, it's a $2,000 phone, guys. So just to kind of tell you, if you save $2,000 a year instead of buying that iPhone each year and everything, after 20 years in average rates of growth, that can be anywhere from $110,000 to $150,000 for retirement. And we're just talking about a phone.
Yeah.
Right? $2,000 a year. your breakdown is, roughly $170 a month, right? Something like that. And that you want to be on the beach somewhere when you're 55, then just focus on it. Put money aside. Like anybody that's young that's listening to this stuff, you can do it. I promise you. You can put aside $20 to $50 a month, whatever your budget allows. Put it towards retirement. Go through, get rid of your unnecessary expenses and everything, and for the love of all that's holy, build an emergency fund.
Yes.
I mean, anybody that's over the age of like even 15 knows what happens. Like something will happen to your house, your car. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do we see unnecessary expenses and people are coming in and they're like, well, I cashed out my 401k, right? I mean, that is something, the time value of money, it's amazing what you can do. Because your 401k, right? Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Like you would put some money aside when you worked for AIG.
Yeah.
Right? So tell them about that. Like, was it not a surprise?
It was a surprise because, of course, it was a very small amount that was coming out of my paycheck. And so it didn't even matter. So whenever I moved jobs and came here, I totally forgot about that. And by the time we looked into it years later, I was like, that built over the time. I had no idea it was even going to build to that.
Yeah, and we've built it up even more than that.
Exactly.
And it's becoming already a good portion of your net worth and retirement and everything for doing that. But yeah, it's out of sight, out of mind is a great way with 401ks. You know me, I'm not a huge fan of most 401ks and everything because I feel like we could do a lot better job for people. But I understand why 401ks exist and everything and how they're set up. But especially if you have matches, everybody, make sure it's free money. Put the money in your retirement account. Let your company match it.
Yes.
So I know we're kind of going all over the place, but I want to talk, a little bit more about budgeting and everything. Track your expenses. Look how you're spending money, right? I mean, how many times are we just surprised by what we're spending? Especially if you have a couple, right?
Oh, yeah. You're like, my plate was $20. Our plates, plus if we have drinks, everything, it has an appetizer on top of that. I mean, we are shooting through the fences just for two people. And the tip, because I can't just not tip people.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you're a shoe person.
Yes.
Right? So how much do you think you spend a month, year in shoes? Just roughly.
Well, I recently got those On Clouds.
Oh, yeah.
Those were like
nice.
$200.
$200. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but Paul likes shoes too, right? Or boots?
Boots. And his boots. So my shoes are this much. Boots are like $600 to $1,000 is his range.
Wow.
So yes.
So I was going to get a pair of boots, and now I think I'm good. But
well, you don't wear them very often. He wears them to work and wears them for dress shoes. He has like different sets for work, different sets for like going to like events and things like that.
So potentially in a year, y'all could spend a couple $1,000s on shoes.
Cleared.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's the same thing. So my vice is definitely collectibles. I'll tell you. Me, my son, and that part of my family, we're very good at collecting. So anything from gold and silver, comic books, baseball cards. Yeah, it's reasonable to spend a couple $1,000s on collectibles and stuff in my household.
Because it's a like.
Yeah. And you have to separate needs versus wants too, right? And you have to be willing to tell yourself no and tell each other no as a couple and everything. Especially if you have a goal in your life to have kids or whatever it may be, budgeting's not trying to put restrictions on you. It's just we only have X amount of dollars each month, right? So it's just putting that money where you want it to go and put aside for retirement. Because, I'll tell you a story. We have an amazing young client. So he's 22 and I wish I had the knowledge I have now at his age and the head on his shoulders that he has.
I think you could speak for all of us with that.
Yeah.
I wish I had.
So I was more inclined at 22 for beer and pizza and, going out to restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah, being a young adult was exciting. Yeah. Your own thing.
And I woke up at 26 or so years old and I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to do this job for my entire life.
Yeah.
And I love what I do. I'm very blessed that I feel like when I come to work, I love talking to people. I love helping them with retirement. But when I'm 60 years old, I want to be on the beach too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody has that goal. And this young man has a great nest egg at 22 years old that he's been saving since he was 15 working. but he puts everything that he can into that. Generally, about 30% of what he makes, he puts into retirement accounts.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's when it's go ahead, like going back to like needs versus wants, but also living within your means.
Yes.
Right? Because especially when you buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk to somebody about buying a house, we talk about realtors, talk about lenders, all that stuff. I love these guys. We have several clients and friends who are real estate agents and lenders and everything. But their job is to sell you a house and find you a house, right?
Yeah.
So I remember when me and my wife first bought our first house, and said we were poor. Like, I mean, we let's say poor, but we were broke. We were two kids. We were 20 years old and everything. We both had good jobs at the time, but we're talking about combined, we made $50,000 kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And maybe 20 years ago, that was better than it is now, but or worse. But when we called into Bank of America to get finance for our first house, they said, okay, we got you pre-approved over the phone, mind you, for $350,000 house. Yeah.
With the 50K salary combined.
Yep.
Well, they just want to set you up to give you all of your dreams and everything. Oh man.
And it's like, but we were smart enough at the time, at least, to say that's ridiculous.
Well,
you know, our first house was $110,000, and even we were nervous about that. But that goes to like not living above your means. You don't have to have the $500,000 house if you don't have furniture put in it. Right? I mean,
if you can't afford it, too.
Yeah, like, you don't want to stretch, that and really hurt yourself. I mean, that's all you're doing is you're setting yourself up to not only bring stress into your life, but to set yourself up to failure where you can't save for retirement. You don't have that emergency fund that you should have in case something happens. Because as soon as that does, your AC at your brand new house goes out, and guess what? You don't have a dollar, to your name. So
because it's all in the house.
Yeah, I mean that stuff is very important. Setting clear financial goals. We can help you anytime. We can run analytics and everything and show you, based upon what we know and everything, how much you contribute, what that is going to mean for you in 20 or 30 years. But I urge you, if you don't think you can do anything, I promise you can. I think that's the biggest thing. I think a lot of times when we're younger too, at least for me, it was like, okay, I can put $20 in this account a month. But I didn't feel like it was doing anything.
That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
Was that putting away small pieces meant nothing. And so I was like, well, I could really use that $20 right now. And if I would have left it like I did with AIG, I would have been able to see, it's what is it? Seeing it from like now, it's easier to look back and be like, I should have done more. But
hindsight's 20/20.
There you go. Yeah. And so it definitely, I thought it was, what's $20 going to do in 5 years?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like it. We don't know enough, which is good that we're doing things like this to teach you.
Absolutely. And really I wish meaningful. That in school and stuff, they had more of these programs and things like that, because I honestly feel conversations like this are far more important than half the things they teach in school. So, and I'm sorry for any teachers listening and everything. It's not your fault. It's curriculum, state of Texas, all that stuff. But But it's these are things that are very valuable in life. And $20 a month over 30 years is a ton of money. It's just time value of money and putting it aside and having it grow for you. But also choose a budgeting system. So Dave Ramsey, I don't know if you've ever heard this, right? So I know you've heard of, everybody's heard of Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
Right? So a great guy. He has a lot of nice tricks and things he does that he kind of backs. And one of them is the envelope system. You ever heard that?
Yes.
Okay. So so when you're done paying bills and everything, you take out cash and you put in an envelope. So I get an envelope and my wife gets an envelope, and say it's $100 cash. That's our discretionary money. Right? But that's all after your bills are paid. You got food in the fridge, you got your car payment done, you got your retirement savings put in your retirement account. That's our fun money. And I'll tell you, so me and Leah did that, like, it was a long time ago. It was when we were younger too, but it works. I really like that a lot of times. And today it's a little bit harder because like cash.
Card.
Right? Like the Saw Poodle Stadium, do you know they don't even take cash there?
They don't.
Yeah, it's just nothing but card.
It's so much easier to swipe, and you don't really see the difference in impact rather than seeing the physical money.
Yeah.
It wakes up something in you of like, what do you mean I only have $40 left? I had 100 yesterday.
Yeah, and you're like looking at it.
Yes.
But your card, it's like bam, bam, bam. Because I don't know how many times speaking of baseball cards and everything, like I talked about, I'll say, okay, well, I've spent $300 this month on baseball cards or whatever. In my mind, I truly think it's $300. Then I go look at my bank statement and it's double that. It's $600
Yeah.
because of that. It's so easy in this day and age to swipe, right? So you have to find a way to corral that, whether it's tracking on a daily basis, on your budgeting. My mom actually has an app, that is on her credit card, right? So she puts everything on her credit card, but every transaction it gives her a notification of. So she sees every single one. Which is also a good thing by fraud to prevent fraud and everything, because she's had some fraud on her credit card and everything. But you can do that. You also have your bank. Most banks, whether it's Wells Fargo, Amarillo National Bank, they have a tracking
of
app on there.
expenses.
Yeah, it shows how much you've spent and everything. Even on your statements, it'll show your credits, which is how much you've put in, right? How much you've earned, your payroll and everything, and then your debits. That's how much you've spent. So you can look at that generally on the first page of your bank statement and see, okay, what's coming in, what's going out. And I promise you, that number that's going out, you'll be like, there's no way. There's no way. So it's kind of like when we get our water bill from Amarillo, and they're like, you use 50,000 gallons of water. And you're like, it's me and my husband, kind of thing.
Yeah, like how many gallons do I waste in one shower? Tell me that.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me, but that's another story for another day there.
Yeah.
But also, so two apps and websites you can look into. I'll tell you is Rocket Money. That's part of like Quicken Loans, which was turned into Rocket Mortgage. But they have Rocket Money, which is a great budget tracking app and everything. You can track expenses. You can link it to your bank accounts, everything. I've used Monarch before, which is another one too that you can use.
Speaking of Rocket Money, will identify the apps that you're using that you're paying for that you don't use.
I've seen that.
Yes, so Rocket Money does that.
Yeah, they're advertising that where it's like, I think through them you can cancel
it through the app.
So yeah, that's a great tool too to look at. But there's in this day and age too, especially with apps and everything, there's no excuses for, hey, I don't know how much I spend or anything like that. Truly, there's so many tools out there for you, if you want to, like I said, Rocket Money, Monarch. Both of those are, and there's probably 50 others, right, that are out there.
Yeah.
But the technology is available to help you do things like this. You just have to make it important.
Yes.
Plain and simple, right?
Yeah, and like, okay, so my mom, for instance, she does not like to log into the app every day and check her balance and all that. So what she prefers is receiving a text message. So every time she swipes her card, she receives a text message that says her remaining balance. So she can see the amount going down, and she's like, I need to calm down. So because things come out and she doesn't check it every day. Like logging into an app for her is like, if it's not Facebook where she can scroll, she's not logging in and checking it. Especially, after being behind two screens for work all day and on call and things like that, the last thing she wants to do is log into her bank account.
I get that wholeheartedly. So
yeah. So that's also another thing you can maybe think about doing if you don't want to, something that's more easy where it's automatic to automatically tell you what your balance is.
I bet you that may be easier for people that aren't as tech savvy or like your mom that doesn't want to mess with it.
Exactly.
Right. So, and I think that opens up your eyes a lot. And doing things like, your direct deposit goes into your account, set up $100 a month or something into savings automatically. Right. Out of sight, out of mind, just do it. So that's something that is a great thing to do, just like anything we pay. I'm with you as far as like setting up direct drafts and everything, because I feel like if you don't do that, it's a measure of control there too that maybe you want to have, but also maybe your expenses are too high and you're trying to like rob Peter to pay Paul or wait till your next paycheck and things like that. That is a great indicator that you need budgeting. Right? Is if you're afraid to put those bills that you use every month and everything,
to pay.
That you have to pay, and you're trying to, float things to the next payday and everything. Let's get it sorted for you, because I mean that's a very stressful way to live. And,
it is, and I think whenever I was first going to switch to auto draft, that was stressful. I thought it was going to be stressful seeing these bills just coming out of my account. It's actually been a stress reliever because I'm not seeing the bill come in and I'm like, oh, let me log in and I have to pay this. What do I have to? It's already been taken care of.
And everybody has their own way to pay and all that.
Exactly.
Stuff.
And just knowing that it's taken care of by itself, it's way less stressful.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to change gears here. So I know we always get questions from our viewers and things like that,
Okay.
but I'm going to rapid fire some personal questions that I want to ask you for your advice on.
Okay.
You good
Yeah,
with that?
fire away.
All right. So I did write down a few.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay, so I've been thinking about it a lot.
Should I do a drum roll first? Like,
Go. Should I buy a new car?
your car's paid off, right?
Yes.
How many miles are on it?
68,000.
Absolutely not.
Why?
Need versus wants.
Very true.
Cars last a lot longer than we give them credit for and everything. And you're talking about in this day and age, what would you buy? If you buy any car right now, what would it be?
Budget didn't matter.
Budget doesn't matter, I guess. Yeah. What would it be? Like if you seriously went to look at a car?
I would definitely want like a GMC Terrain, a newer one that has the what is it? It's like the bigger car, but it's smaller. But it's like a Terrain. It has the same body as the bigger version.
Oh, GMC makes them.
Yukon.
Yeah, a Yukon.
A Yukon build, but it's a Terrain, I believe. It's like the smaller version.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's their mid-size one. Mm-hmm. So you're talking about $50,000, right?
Yeah.
$50,000 versus maybe you put a little bit of money into your car for maintenance and everything. Mm-hmm. So $50,000 versus $2,000. Your car's paid off, 68,000 miles. Absolutely not. Next.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for the answer. I won't get a new car.
You asked.
Hard truths, hard truths. Okay, so you are my financial advisor. And so you've seen my budgeting, my spending, all the good, the bad, and the very ugly.
I feel like I'm being set up here. So I don't know.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah.
What is one thing I should improve on or limit more on?
Eating out.
Well, goodness.
You love food. I know you
do.
love food. You like experiencing new restaurants and everything, which I think all of us in the office love doing that. But it is a significant portion of your discretionary income.
It is.
And yeah, we can all eat at home more, including myself. So I'm not getting on to like just you, because it's me too. So whatever happened to like a peanut butter jelly sandwich not being enough? Right?
I don't know. But I have one and I'm like, oh, where have you been all my life?
Right?
Yes, it's the worst.
Had my wife made BLTs the other night.
Yum.
And everything. Yeah. And it was fantastic. The kids, which is crazy, the kids ate it and loved it.
How good.
Yeah. No fighting. No, I don't want this, anything like that. Probably costs us like $5 or something. I don't know. Well, bacon's higher, so maybe 10. But for us to go out to eat, it's $100. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, that's one thing you could do less of, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Did you see DoorDash on my?
I don't even. Yeah, I don't even want to count.
I do eat at home.
Yeah, that's not the same thing.
There's no hoops I can jump through.
No.
Okay. We'll get the last one light.
Okay.
Okay. So summer is coming. I don't know if some of you like the heat. I'm not a fan of the heat. Blast the AC. Other than that,
I'm with you there. Like it. Well, there's hot, then there's like really hot, especially in the Panhandle, right? Mm-hmm. Gets over 100 degrees, as dry it is, and everything. No, I don't want to be outside. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we'll keep it light. Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Hamburgers.
Okay.
Done.
And on your hamburger, do you like mustard or ketchup?
Do people put mustard on hamburgers?
Oh yeah.
First of all, I want to just answer that to everybody. That's gross. So. Yeah, there's no cause for mustard. Unless it's like a spicy mustard or something like that, maybe. But that's more turkey sandwiches for me. Mm-hmm. So ketchup, hands down.
Okay. So we'll just play it that way. But what if it was a hot dog? Mustard or ketchup?
Can I say chili? Or do I have to pick?
You can just...
I'm a chili dog guy.
Off the rails.
Hands down. Yeah. And throw some more meat into it, make it more expensive. No. But no, for sure, chili dogs. But if I had to go mustard or ketchup once again.
Yeah, just like a ballpark dog.
Yeah, I can put ketchup on anything. So it works out. So.
Well, that was a good answers. Good answers aside of your limits on.
Yeah, besides that. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you next time.